Hey Gators, today we start Unit 2, which is our human body systems. We begin with the nervous system. It's the first of the 10 that we're going to study, and we begin with it because ultimately the nervous system controls our other body systems. So we're going to start off with a quick video.
Our brain is always on, processing information from our surroundings and from within. It is our central command center. The brain is the first place to receive a signal. From there, it travels down the spinal cord and branches out to our organs. For example, if you touch a hot stove, the nerves in your skin send a message of pain to your brain, which then tells the muscles in your hand to move away. You can thank your nervous system for that speedy reaction. It is essentially our body's wiring, made up of millions of microscopic messengers called neurons that send signals to parts of the body. But what happens when our mainframes don't run properly? Movement, speech, memory, and much more can be affected. According to the U.S. National Institute of Health, there are over 600 neurological diseases affecting more than 1 billion people around the world, ranging from muscular diseases like multiple sclerosis to cognitive ones like Alzheimer's. And it can all start with a small disturbance in our wiring.
So that video gave us a little bit of an overview about our nervous system. Remember, there's a reason we compared our brain to our nucleus that control the other cell parts. We're going to find that similarity here with the nervous system and the brain controlling the other parts of the body. Also, remember that connection when they said there was an error, and we talked about in the Science Today video with the growing the brain organoids, we talked about autism, we talked about schizophrenia. Those would be other examples of errors that could happen. So we have to know the functions of each of our body systems. The functions or job of our nervous system, it has several. First, it's going to receive information through our 5 senses about what's happening both inside and outside of our body. So it could be any of our 5 senses, what something smells like, tastes like, feels, etc. Helps us feel if we touch something hot, like he said in the video, senses that pain. So it receives information, the color of something, how something sounds, and it tells us how to respond to that appropriately. It's going to direct the way that we respond to information, and it's going to help us maintain stable internal conditions or balance. The fancy science word for that we're going to have to know is homeostasis, and it does that by directing the body to respond appropriately to the information that it receives. Appropriately meaning if I step on a tack with my right foot, I don't lift up my left arm. That's not going to help me. If I hear the phone ring, I don't go to the front door to check the doorbell. It helps me respond appropriately. Again, you're going to hear homeostasis with each of our body systems. Our body is constantly working to maintain balance, whether it's our body temperature, whether it is our literal balance, whether it is our oxygen levels. We're going to talk about those throughout our body system. So you're going to see that word homeostasis a lot. It's our center for thought and reasoning. 2 of our vocabulary words are stimulus and response. Your nervous system is going to control and coordinate our body using electrical messages called impulses. So make sure you focus in on that word, electrical messages. A stimulus is any change inside or outside of your body that brings about a response. And the response is how we react to that stimulus. So an example could be that when someone shines a light in your eye, that would be what we call an external stimulus because it's outside of our body, and it's going to cause us maybe to close our eyes or turn our head. So we have a stimulus is the light being shined. Our response would be closing our eyes or turning our head. An internal stimulus would be like hunger, and your body is telling you it needs to respond by getting food, by getting nutrition. The structures that make up the nervous system, and we'll look a little more detailed in those in a second, are our neurons or our nerve cells, and those carry those electrical impulses from one nerve cell to the other. They're like a relay. And then our brain, which again is going to control the rest of our body, and it's protected by our skull. And then the spinal cord, which connects the brain and the nerves, which is a thick column of nerve tissue, again, that links your brain to most of the nerves in your body. You go to the doctor, sometimes they check your reflexes. I went to the doctor recently, they checked my reflexes on my checkup, and that's an automatic response that occurs very rapidly and without you having to think about it. And those help keep us safe. Think about when you put your hand on something hot, you're able to move it really quickly. If you step on something sharp, you're able to get off of it really quickly. You go step to cross the street and a car comes, you move out really fast. So reflexes, the reason they're so fast is actually the information doesn't have to go all the way to your brain. Your spinal cord can interpret it. So right here, the brain and spinal cord is what makes up the central nervous system that controls our thinking and behavior. And then all the nerves that branch out are called our peripheral nervous system. And they reach out and they control those internal organs and control our senses, those 5 senses, and they help us respond to our environment. They can help us automatically. That's our autonomic nervous system. It controls those automatic things that we don't have to think about all the time, like digesting our food, our heart beating, breathing. Or it could be our somatic nervous system, which is our voluntary actions like throwing a ball, writing, playing your games. And here's just some pictures of some nerve cells. Again, they branch out and communicate with one another. Neurons act like a relay team, but they don't actually touch each other. There's usually a little space called a synapse in between. So what happens is sensory neurons pick up information and through those 5 senses carry it to the spinal cord and up to the brain. And we have interneurons that interpret that information and then send information out through motor neurons that cause you to respond. So a sensory neuron might pick up a sound. That sound travels eventually to your brain where interneurons interpret that sound. Is that sound a dog barking? Is that sound a doorbell? Is that sound a phone ringing? And then it sends out the information to your motor neurons. Maybe it's telling your muscle to contract and pick up the phone. So they act like a relay team. The sensory neurons, again, bringing information to the brain using your 5 senses. Your interneurons interpret it, and your motor neurons go and pull on, say, or tell the muscles to contract and pull on something, or your glands to do something. So some fun facts about the nervous system. We have more nerve cells in our human brain than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. The left side of your brain controls parts of the right side of your body and vice versa. And as we get older, the brain loses a gram of brain mass per day. So that means Coach Muniz's brain is smaller than Miss McGovern's brain because he's older. So those are our fun facts. Real quick, when they talked about errors, and we've been talking about cells, and cells can sometimes start growing uncontrollably. This is a girl named Scout that I know, and when she was just over 1 year old, her mom found her in her crib that she couldn't move, and it's because when they took her to the hospital, they found this massive tumor taking up almost one whole half of her brain. So for the last 2.5 years of her life, she has gone through multiple surgeries. She has done chemotherapy, radiation. She's had the tumors go away, had them be cut out, and had them come back. But for the last year, she has been healthy. But like they said in the video at the beginning, parts of your brain control things like movement and speech. And so she's had to relearn some of those things as she's gone through therapy and stuff because of that tumor. So that's just a little bit of an overview of your nervous system. Again, we'll spend a couple days on each of our 10 body systems, processing and making sure we know the functions of those systems.